beautiful bookish friends. So last time we did a TBR, I did random numbers, choose my TBR, and that was really fun. I had a lot of books that I probably wouldn't have picked up, and I ended up finding like a new favorite book of the year. If you want to see all of that, I will link both the TBR and the wrap up for March in the little cards up here. Sorry, my nose started running really bad. But yeah, I picked up some reads I probably wouldn't have picked up. It was fun. It was different than me just sitting here talking at you. So today we are going to do another kind of TBR. It's not really a game, but it is a way to get me reading a variety of things in a month. So this month I am doing one book for each shelf. Well, I should say each section of my shelves, because some of my shelves hold more than one genre on them, just because I don't have the space to separate them all and enough books to kind of justify it. But anyway, so I'm going to be putting one book on each shelf this month once I finish it, because that is how I store my books. So let us start with the top section. If you've never watched my bookshelf tour, I have my top shelf, which is nonfiction, comic books, and children's books. Now, there's no children's books for me to read that are like next in the series. Like these yellow ones here, these are children's books. However, I don't have the next one in the series, so skip that section. But comics is the next one. And I have already decided that I'm going to start a new comic series, and that is Superman, Wonder Woman, Volume 1, Power Couple. And this, no joke, one of my favorite covers of all time of any comic book ever. All I know is these two are teaming up and they are together in this one. I know nothing else about it. I like the art style. Wonder Woman is pretty jacked in this one. And yeah, it's just her working with Superman, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. So I have not read a comic in a while, so I'm very excited to get back into it. But yeah, I have the second one as well. So if I like this one, I'll obviously keep going. I mean, I'll probably read both anyway, but it might be a new line that I start collecting. So next we have a nonfiction. I am going to pick up The Captain. This is actually my mom's book, but it is about Derek Jeter. It is baseball season. I'm a Yankees fan. What better time to start getting back in the baseball mood, considering to be working in baseball again, than reading this book. And it's not super long. There's some pictures in it, and it just basically covers Derek Jeter's career, some of the different teammates he had, and some of the rumors that kind of floated around about him during his career. And I think this has like interviews in it too with him. So I'm interested to read this. I've read some different Derek Jeter books in the past, but I was younger, so they were much more like kid version of things. So yeah, I'm gonna read this one. Then we have the next shelf. So the next shelf is historical fiction. And I'm going to be reading, I've already picked this one for sure. This one I've been wanting to pick up because so many people rave about it, and I really want to as well. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. This one, I know there is epilepsy representation in it, and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte actually has epilepsy, and she said the representation is actually very good in this book. So I like that already. But yeah, the guy's name is Monty, and I can't remember, I think this one also has bisexual representation. I think Monty is bisexual. Yeah, it got a Stonewall honor, so I'm gonna say there's some LGBTQ rep in here. But it's like Monty is becoming responsible. He's a lord, so he's starting to get to the age where he needs to actually do things. He's gonna have a seat in parliament, all that stuff, and he wants to go have his last hurrah, and that's what this follows. This is a series, and I want to see if I want the rest of the series, because the third one just came out. It's like shipwrecks and something else. But yeah, we're gonna give this a go. This one's kind of thick, but the library has it on audio, so I'm going to borrow it from there and listen to it, and hopefully the narrator's good. So the next shelf down is my romance shelf. This is the one that you just cannot see right here. And I shouldn't say romance, I should say contemporary. But I am eventually going to need to get another shelf because my romances take up so much space, and my contemporaries and all that, I'm just almost out of room on that shelf. So regardless, it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep reading them. The one that I picked for this month for that shelf is the Bromance Book Club. This is a book that I keep forgetting I even have, and then someone mentions it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have that book. So this one is, I mean, people have raved about it, is a series. I think there's 4 out now. I'm way behind. This one is a minor league or professional baseball player. Not sure. Major League Baseball player is married, and basically his marriage is falling apart, and he's trying to figure out what he's doing wrong, why his wife is unhappy. He joins the Bromance Book Club, which is all of these like very masculine men reading romance novels to try and please the women in their life because they think that that is what will give them guidelines and ideas on how to better their relationships with the women in their lives. So I love the idea. I think it's going to be really funny, and we'll see if I continue this series. I think I will, just based on what other people have said, but gotta read the first one. So the next one is right here. Nancy Drew Files Volume 2. This is one that was on previous TBR last year, or even in 2020 maybe, that I didn't get to. This is 3 brand new Nancy Drew stories, mysteries, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there's Smile and Say Murder. That one I think is a modeling agency one. Hit and Run Holiday and Whitewater Terror. So 3 very different settings, all Nancy Drew. This one I really like because I can read like a section in a day because each story is about 100 pages, so I can kind of pace myself with this one, but also read things in between because the stories aren't super connected. So my fantasy pick I actually don't have physically is on my library TBR, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses. Now this one I'm probably going to listen to first because I am listening to it on audio, simply because if I get sucked in, I want to have enough time to get to the second book. Everyone talks about this book, is hyped up on every social media platform, is all over Book Talk, and I want to see if it's worth the hype. I've never read a Sarah J. Maas. I do have, down here, you probably cannot see them, I do have some of Throne of Glass, so if I like her writing style, then we'll go for it and see, and maybe I'll buy the books physically and all that, but that is my fantasy pick, so we'll see if I like it. And the last book, this is for my Disney shelf, which is also filling up quickly, is Mistress of All Evil. I don't know if you can actually see the words there, but this is a Maleficent story. It's not like the movie, I don't think. It's a completely different story. It's not super long. And this is in a Disney villain kind of set or series. Let me see. Yeah, they're the ones that when you take the dust jackets off, like it's Maleficent here, and then the dragon on the inside, which I really like. So yeah, I don't really know about this one either. I know it's short, I know it's Maleficent, so we'll give it a go and see if I want the rest of these books, because there's a bunch of these as well. So that is the TBR for the month of April. It's quite a few books, but I think it's actually pretty manageable given my, my Audible credit will come in there somewhere, which will probably end up being one of these books. And April is a month where I work 1 week and I'm off. And well, I'm working 2 jobs 1 week and then 1 job for 1 week. And there's lots of breaks and downtime in there. So I will have lots of reading. I'll have a 24-hour reading vlog this month for you guys that already have it penciled in. So be on the lookout for all of that bookish content if that's what you're here for. And lots of makeup and stuff because I'm starting a new makeup series soon. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the stuff. I've kind of been steadily gaining subscribers. I don't want to jinx it. And that's very fun. So that being said, I hope you guys have a good day and read a lot of books, and I'll see you in the next one.